Hello, yes, welcome to Angular 8 tutorial, and this is session 2 of Angular 8 series, and today we are going to discuss setting up of environment. Basically, it tells about like to begin with any development, whatever the language, whatever the technology you are going to adopt. First, and the basic requirement is you need to set up the environment, and today we are going to continue with this. So let's begin with. Okay, so starting of Angular moment, we need to just go through some of basic requirement and the prerequisites basically. So it requires a Node.js, basically a Node platform. It is required to be installed on your machine, development machine, and the second one is npm package manager. It's Node manager basically. Okay, so Angular needs Node version 10.9.0 or later. So Angular requires minimum this requirement at the minimum version to be installed and so on. Okay, so yeah, so before moving into this version checking on your local system, basically we need to go to this URL and we can get it installed the particular Node version. So we need to first visit to the Node URL, the official URL of Node.js. Okay, so here, yeah, so like it is showing for both the moments we are having, and we are preparing Windows especially. So like there are two kind of thing. It is showing like one is the current, one is the recommended for most of users because it is the the stabilized one. So that's why it's preferring. So okay, so like recommended for most of the user because it is already the stabilized and stabilized version in the sense like whatever the fixes the development team has come up with these versions. So I would prefer let's go with this one. So based on your internet speed, it will download. So my download has been completed. Okay, so this is the one. Let's run this. Okay, so it started preparation for installing. No, we just need to, go through the screen instruction and it will get it installed on your machine. Okay. Yeah. So it is installing. If you're getting some, prompt or dialog box, so just press here and it will start copying your new files to your local system. Okay. So it's all good. We have been installed successfully the Node version. So now what is the next step? I just want to say you. Okay, so go to command prompt basically. Okay, so basically when I am just typing command prompt now, you can get one more thing also. Let me show you. Okay, so just a second. Yeah, when I'm just typing node, it is showing me node.js command prompt. Just right click and just run it as the admin. So better to just run it as the admin mode. Okay, and here what we are talking about. To just check your current install node version and npm version, this is the command like node hyphen v to just check your node version and npm to check your npm version basically. Okay, so let's do it non practically. So here what I'm just trying to check node so hyphen version, so it will show the current version. See, it is showing 12.410 and npm also you can get it done. Okay, so we are having Node package manager version 6.13 onwards, and Node we are having like 12.14.0. And as we discussed, it minimum required 10.9.0. Okay, and so on. So once you have installed the node successfully, the next step is to set up the Angular CI. So before installing, I just want to highlight like what Angular CLI is all about. Angular CLI is nothing but your command line, interface basically. So it is something which will enable you to create all the Angular component, all the Angular services we are having using the command prompt rather than just go right click on add and just decorate it with the requirement. Requirement in the sense like you need to just decorate with the particular selector, decorate with the directive, decorate with the import tags and the class and all the required things which is initially required to run a particular services. So, but Angular CLI is something which will take the burden and it will get this done and ready for you so that you simply just need to focus on development, nothing else, right? So we need to just install the Angular CLI now. So like to install the Angular CLI, npm install -g is -g is nothing but it speaks about generate and at angular slash lia is um, the sub command for that to install the angular cla so that it will get it installed from the server. And npm, why we require no npm as a prerequisite, because to install all the things we need the npm package manager. Okay, because it is something the internal npm commands, so angular is dependent on this platform basically. That's why we have installed at the first step. So let's go and install with. So here I'm just going to run npm install. So I was showing like either you can just go ahead and just type the install or you can go for the short form too. Okay, npm I hyphen g. Okay, I for stands for install and g npm install g, and as a tool is angular. Sorry, it is a typo. Angular slash CLI. Okay. So as you can see, like it started with the installation, and based on your internet speed and the connectivity, it will take some time. So it is all depends on your current internet speed. So while installing, you will get some prompt like, would you like to share anonymous user data with the Angular team? Basically, I just don't want to send the report to Google team basically, because Angular is from Google itself, so they are just showing a prompt. I just want to go for offset no. Okay, and how to change the settings, why or no. Okay, so simply just press N and just hit enter, and it should be good to go with. Yeah, so now it's installed properly. Now what is the next version? I'm just clearing the screen for a better view. uh, okay, let me move to the slide once. Okay, so we have installed the Angular CLI basically. Now to check Angular CLI version, you need to go for ng-v as we had with node-b and npm as well, right? So let's go and check. So just type ng-v. Okay, uh, okay, it is not recognizing. It is expected. Okay, the actual command you can go for alternate one, the ng version. Okay, so yeah, so now it is showing what is your current Angular version. So basically we are just referring Angular 8.3.21. So this is the CLI version we have. Okay, now one more thing I just want to say over here, like we need a ID for a particular development, like any for .NET and moment we are having Visual Studio, and the lighter most ID you can go for, even you can just get it edited by note uh, uh, sorry, which one I'm just talking about? Yeah, the ID. So you can even go for the Notepad++2, any lighter version you are having for Java, we are having Eclipse and all. Visual Studio also allowed, but Visual Studio is not a lightweight, it is the heavier one. So rather than going for, if you are having some option as code, okay, so uh, I would prefer better to go for Visual Studio Code. Okay, so I already been installed Visual Studio Code. You can, it is a open source one. You can get it downloaded from this official site and get it installed before setting up this environment. And here I just want to have some workaround. Like as you see, like whatever the version we are testing, and version in the sense like particular, I'm just focusing on the Angular CLI part basically. you know uh, it's not like we would be coding or we would be writing our code. We are managing our code using a IDE, an IDE, and we are just running all the things using it's a separate command prompt. This is not it's a friendly environment. I would not prefer to go with. Why we can't just type the commands, run the command, and run all the files basically using a single interface itself. So let's set up the Visual Studio Code environment fully ready so that we can start with the development. So this is your Visual Studio basically. Okay, and okay, so I just wanted to say something. I will cover when we'll start with the development better. Just till then, just make it as suspense for you. Okay. So anyway, I need to just open the terminal. Either you can just open the terminal by using the menu view option. Okay, you can get it done from here itself, view terminal. Else you can just click that control plus tilde symbol basically. Okay, so here is the terminal, and just try to just do the same thing, ng version. Okay, now let me show you what it happens. Oh, it's good. Like, so it's working properly. Okay, so here it is showing like we are having this particular ng version. Okay, so why I wanted to say sometimes it will show an error by saying not okay, the exact error I am not able to recall as of now. Like you would be getting something like it is not able to override the script or something, or the script tag it is all about. So simple, in that case, you need to just set the education policy basically. Okay, when the error comes out, just simple, just copy the error and just Google it. You will get the command run over here. It is nothing but it is setting the education policy. Okay, and that time why you are getting the error, because it is restricting not to the script or by overriding those things. So that's why you might be getting this error. So you need to just run the command set execution policy. Okay, but now we are good to go with, so we can go for now, like ng version it is working properly. Now I will show you how to create a project basically. But before moving to that, let's go to the slide and we can have a look. Okay, the next one is called extension and plugins basically. Okay, to support typo intelligence in Visual Studio Code, we need following extension. And to help on debugging, we need to install a plugin basically. It's a browser specific plugin. It's called Agari. Okay, so it's Agari. It is available for both Chrome and Firefox. That I will just right now post, creating the project using the Angular CLI basically. Okay, so guys, like here, like CLI, like the Angular CLI, which supports, as I told, is a command line interface to get your job done. Just think of like if I just want to create a Angular CLI, sorry, not CLI, Angular project. What I would have done, if I would not have been installed the Angular CLI version basically. So I need to just download the, Angular startup kit manually, which is available in GitHub, and you need to, just update the package basically using, there is a package or JSON I will show you. So based on that, you need to just run npm install again, so that based on the version, it will get it installed, and based on that, the node underscore module folder will be created. That is nothing but it which will be your runnable interface basically. Okay, but Angular, just one simple command is going to help us here to create, like ng new. Okay, called what we should give our name, like let's suppose go for Angular. Okay, demo. Okay, just hit enter and just see the magic what it is doing with. Okay, so would you like to add Angular routing? Okay, so it is asking something. Would you like to just go for Angular routing, which can be done automatically, by Angular CLI? But yeah, as we are covering this part later on, I would suggest not to go for. But when you are just doing it practically, you should go for Y option. So I am doing no, because I want to have it fully, loaded, fully prepared for you, so that you can understand the routing concept. So I am saying no. And again, it is asking like what kind of style sheet you are preferring. We would be preferring always CSS. So let's go with CSS. Now it will create the project. So it is creating all the component and all. Okay. So I will have a separate tutorial for its architect basically. So let it create and we'll discuss. So it is, preferring the Angular project basically. Again, I just want to reiterate, like it is all depends on your internet connectivity and all performance of your current system. It would take some time, and then after we are good to go with. So here we are, successfully installed, not installed, actually created the project basically using Angular CLI command. And yes, I just, get it installed using the Angular CI within the default one, but you should not go for the default path basically, which is inside users. You can go for the manual one and just get. First, you need to, let's suppose you want to have the project like D drive, like D colon. You just go to first, then you just run that command new the project name and all. Okay, and here it is showing like how many packages got installed and all, and there are some warnings. Simply you can ignore it. There is no issues and concerns for this. You can safely ignore it. Okay. Now is like we here did our project name is Angular demo. You can just switch to the project once. Okay. So now here you can see we have been switched. So we need to open the particular folder. So from my system. Okay. Where I want to go? C colon backslash C colon finally users, then again user, and within that I should have my project Angular demo. Okay, so simply just select the folder Angular demo and select it, and it will load the solution for you. Okay, so it successfully loaded the project. We can just have it a look on each or the main components when I will cover the architecture part basically. But let's go with the terminal again by pressing Control tail symbol. Okay, so here what I want to do, let's run the project basically. So for to run the project, you have a command called ngserve basically. So ngserve, what it does, it launches a lightweight server so that your application will run if default whole local host on port number 4200. And there is one extension command for this. It's an extended command you can consider ngserve double hyphen o. That means you compile it, let's start the server, and also launch the application using a default browser. So hyphen o is nothing but just open it. Okay, so it will open and run and launch the lightweight server and it will be loading to your default browser. And for my case, I hope it is Mozilla. So it is Mozilla Firefox. So it started compiling. Here you can see like it started with the compilation. Okay, so 10% and it will launch it. Okay, so I was discussing, like it will be launching using the local host, and it opens the light development server. Okay, and it's a lightweight server basically, and with the port 4200, and we would be getting it our you know within the default browser. It will launch right now. Here it is loading. So here is loaded actually. Okay. So how we can just now we just like how we can just run it using ngSerf, and if you are not using the Angular CLI basically, so you can simply using your normal command prompt, or maybe using the not command prompt, simply just type npm start, and it will get the job done, and it will launch the application too. Okay, so now I'm moving into the installation of the extension and plugin basically. As I told, like Angular language service is nothing but it is a typo intelligence extension. We need to append it with Visual Studio Code. So let me show you. So here what we can do, let me stop by pressing Ctrl C and just type Y. So it will terminate the ongoing, process, the light server. And here the last option is extensions. Here we need to search for this particular one, Angular language service. Okay, the first one. Even you can get it a preview like how it is going to be work here. See, whenever we are typing, it is giving me the intelligence basically. So we need it. It is good to have so that you can simply avoid the typos basically.
The next step we are going to install the plugin to browser is Agari. So it is available for both Chrome and Firefox, but I would prefer like better to go for Chrome rather than other browsers because it has an extensible support for your debugging and development using the developer tool. Okay, so let's start with and we'll get it installed right now. Okay, here you simply just type the plugin name Agari. Okay, and yeah, so it is, as I told, like it is available for both the browser, but let's go for Chrome and add to Chrome. Yeah, add extension. Here you also you can see like it is showing a snapshot of like how it is going to be have, and you can just expand the nodes while debugging. You can get it the value, you can change the value even and post back. So this is the thing is all about how Agari works. Just simply just press F12 plus the debugger tool, and here you can see Agari. Okay, when we are running the Angular application we will go through it. Okay, so thank you viewers, and here this is my tutorial skm.net edu blog.blogspot.com for the text version. So this is the blog, and the below URL you can simply visit to get the text version of this particular series. Okay, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking on subscribe button, and post that just click on the bell icon to get notified whenever there is a post from my end. And also keep smiling, keep sharing your knowledges with others, and keep learning because learning never has an end. Thank you.